Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gamer and we're back in a Watch Your Realms, and this is Gear Dungeon 1, Stage 10. This is my sort of walkthrough on it. Just going to sort of slowly go through the run that I do. This is a team I use. Pretty standard sort of team, I think. I don't think there's anything special there with regards to who's being used for what. Vienna and Greed are being used at the bottom, along with Dolores to boost the damage and a healer, and then at the top there is Valk doing the range damage across the top. So that's realistically the team, and then you need some defenders in there as well, and we'll discuss that as we go. Now, a quick one: when you see a video like this, I just thought I'd put this out. So this here, these are all my failed runs and failed recordings. Okay, it's not it one off and it all worked fine. It fails a lot, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So don't get discouraged if you don't get it on try one, go, oh, I'll copy this team, why isn't it working for me? It does take time to actually get everything sort of set up, and it takes time ins to get right and that sort of thing. So there's lots of little things that can go wrong for you. You miss something, you're like, oh no, start again. So let's just bear that in mind. It doesn't just run through perfectly first time every time for you. So let's jump into it, and we'll sort of pause it and play it along as we go. So I've already re-recorded this run, and I do it in sort of stages really. So the first stage is DPS goes out. Dolores goes up after her, and then the defender goes down. And the defender goes down because the boss hits the defender. Okay, so if there's not a defender there, they will then target one of your cloth or more squishy champions. So the defender has to go down to sort that out, and that's why you realistically need one. And I also need to move myself out of the way. So there we go. Hopefully that's better. Should be far enough out of the way now. So the boss gets hit, and we put a healer down to cover that off as well. Now, the thing is, I need a team strong enough there that's going to survive everything that's been thrown at them. So the boss is chucking out these AoEs, and she's chucking out the hits. There's the AoEs, and we're healing up over them. We're not using any ultimates. The reason we're not using any ultimates is we're waiting for Greed to come on the field. When Greed comes on, we start firing off the ultimates. Now, both Greed and Vienna are in Soulbound Arcana. Now, we need 5 ultimates to go off. So we'll be starting off with Greeds, and then we can use our defenders, and then we can start healing ourselves up. So that's what we need to do. Now, the other thing that happens now is Dolores' ultimate goes off. Now that needs to go off early, so she's got time to actually get that back up and running again. So bear in mind, depending on how much rage regen you've got in your Dolores, depends on when you'll have to fire your ultimate off. I have to fire mine off very early, so almost as soon as they start walking, I try and fire that Dolores ultimate off. It will last long enough for them to walk all the way down, but more importantly, it runs out fast enough to get it built back up so it's ready for the next wave. Okay, that's the first thing. The other thing that has to happen is the 2 archers that have come down before the mobs that are coming down now, before these mobs come down. These mobs come down, there we go, right, these mobs come down now. We have to kill off the 2 archers. We have to kill them off before Greed sets his next ultimate up. Now, Greed's ultimate has to be ready for when the mobs come down, so we can slow them down, so Vienna's got enough time to actually do damage to them. So there's a lot going on there and a lot happening. And also we're saving up for our next defender as well. Okay, that's the other thing we're watching out for. So Dolores fires are off her ultimate. We have to kill them before Greed's ultimate ticks over and he does another ultimate, and we're waiting to place our next defender down. That is the next lot of things that have got to happen. There's the boss, there's some more ultimates going off, there's the archer dead, and we can see that Greed hasn't fired his ultimate off, so that's in a good place. We've now hit 18 costs, so we can get our next defender up. Now there are 2 ways you can do this. You can remove your defender, and then with the coin cost you get back, then place a defender down. Bear in mind, if you do that, there's a risk attached to it. If the boss fires off a hit and there's no defender there, because you're in between swapping them round, you will hit one of your cloth wearers, they'll die, and then your run is back to the start again. So it can be done, but it's safer, I feel, to do it this way if you can afford it and you've got the cost regeneration going. Okay, so then we can now remove the defender out of the way. So get rid of that defender at the bottom, and we still got one at the top. Now, Greed has come along and he's slowed everyone down for us. We don't have to be in a rush for this. We don't have to hurry it up, because if we want anything slowed down, okay, we can just click on someone and we can press pause and things like that. So we're not in a rush or anything. Now, as soon as we hit enough time, we get Valk on the scene as well. Now, the reason for Valk, we get her on as quickly as we can. Now, this is because when we have, she's got very important skill for us. It's, let's get it up, this skill here. So the earlier you get Valk down, the quicker she's now building up her attack. So the earlier you can get her down, the better off you are. But bear in mind, you need a defender down first. So that's why Valk's gone down as early as she has. And then we can press on our hero. That will slow everything down. And then that's everyone dead. Right. I then use the Wood Elf to actually heal up Dolores, to keep Dolores alive, because Dolores is my squishy. I've really got to look after Dolores. Next thing I'm waiting for is to get my next healer down at the top to look after them. I'm using my little water healer. There he goes down now. Vortex has gone down. Now, the reason for Vortex going down, and I need to get him down as soon as possible, is because he has got the set on that's going to buff Valk. So Valk now gets a damage increase. He's got the speed up buff on him as well, so he's going to actually aid the speed on Valk. So that's what he's doing there. Okay, so bear in mind he's got the speed up ultimate, or the speed up artifact, and Constance has got the invigoration set on. So between the two of them, they sped up and raised the attack on Valk. And Valk's gone down early, so her passive kicks in for us. Now, once you can do these first ones, if you can do these first ones, it's just a matter of getting Valk's ultimate round in time, because she would do the rest. If you can do the first one where she's weaker, she's getting stronger and stronger over time. So if you can do these first lot, the rest will be much easier. Dolores is up and running again for the bottom. We've triggered her off her ultimate as soon as we can, and then we are just slowing everyone down. Once it's slowed down sufficiently, we're just waiting on Vierna's ultimate to come back up, and as soon as we've got time, we can wait for everyone to walk in. We can press and click on Vierna, and that slows everything down for us, okay? And then we can just hit her ultimate whenever we feel like we're at a good point to do it. You can see at the top now, Valk's almost done with the group up there, and once they're done, we're in a really good place with her. Once she's done one group, we're very good for the rest. Now, the only other thing is I've got some archers coming down now. Now, the archers will attack some of my squishies, so I put a defender back down now, and that's going to give the archers someone to target. There you go, they can target the defender without any great issues whatsoever. I've got Valk's ultimate just up in time. Remember, she needs a shield, so that's why we've gone North and the Lord. We've got Vortex up there who can cast an ultimate as well, and that would give her a shield. We've added all these ways for Valk to get a shield up, so she gets that extra range when her ultimate goes off. So that's her ultimate going off. We don't really have any issues. Now, after you've done your first two waves at the bottom, there's quite a gap, so we're in quite a nice little place now. We've just left the defender there, and we can get rid of the defender as we want. When they start their walk, we trigger off Dolores' ultimate. We've triggered her off very late here. We've left that. They've already started walking. We could have gone her much earlier than this. But Greed's already, there we go. Greed has fired his off. He's slowed everyone down. Enough time to tick off some damage. And then we can just wait in for those to tick in. Once they're in range, Vierna, there we go. We can trigger off her ultimate. Make sure we've got everyone down. And then we are just waiting on Valk's ultimate to come back up again. It's only just coming up in time. See, I've had to put a bit of rage regen into Valk just to help her tick over and make sure she can get this ultimate up in time. And also we've taken a Laurel as well, because Laurel will come back up. And on the last run through, when we don't have enough time for her ultimate come back round, we will just give her a rage regen boost as well. Whether you can trigger this with a hollow or not, I don't know. So there we go. I'm back on the bottom again. Greed's already gone through. Dolores has got her ultimate built up. We've triggered that off. Vierna's going to nuke them all down. That will be it done for us. Then after that, it's quite a... I've got a lot of time on my hands and a lot of coins. So I've gone with a heal there. Now, this is where we need Valk to come back in. So Valk's ultimate is a long way off. So we're using the little trick here. Always gone down. And then we would take her away. And that's boosted all the ultimates back up. So we've got these ultimates coming around again. This is the last run. We're on 55 out of the 60. We can see the 4 there and the 1 archer. That 1 archer could be an issue for us. We'll place down a defender for us. We've got to go careful. We've only got 1 more deployable unit for us as well though, okay? Now, I use Denny here just because I think she might get lonely and not being used only as a lord. So I place her down anyway. I can get rid of Dolores. I don't need her anymore. It's just that 1 archer. Didn't get the defender down in time, really, so he takes out Greed, but it's no great biggie. He'll get taken care of. He won't be able to take the defender, healer, and Vienna out. It's no issues. I've just got the 4 at the top to get rid of, and that's it. Then he doesn't have to be used. She's just there because she's the cultist lord that I've got, so I use her for that. And that's the run done. It's fairly straightforward, fairly common team, I think, for want of a better phrase. And the first place I saw this was done as I followed Sucken's guide or his run through on it as well. So I'll put a description to his channel below. Go over there. He has got some really good stuff. All sorts of crazy comps that he does as well. So go over there, show him some love if you can. Now, that was fight done, quick upload of it, and the reward was pretty trash, but it's just a run through. So if you want some other comps done, or you want some other teams, we'll have a look at the new people as they come out. If we think anyone's going to be good, how do you do it? What teams do you use? So a quick run through. So gear wise, doesn't need to be this well geared up, just in there for the Lord. Awakenings are done, artifacts on there, epic, so quite easily done. There's the healer. Normal healery stuff. I always do my HP healers with speed in the middle. That's just how I roll with it. Always have done, and again epic, so the awakenings are done and the artifacts fully leveled up as well. The gear is going to be quite, I think, relatively good for your damage dealers, so bear that in mind. There's the gear. If you want the stats, then feel free to press pause. They're up there. A little bit over critted, but that's about it. Now I have got her exclusive, but I found her to be better off in Warlord as opposed to Wicked Vengeance, but that's just me. Haven't got her awakenings done. Now I did better with this artifact. Bear in mind, this artifact gives you damage on range, whereas if you're using her, and you're probably better off with this one, or I think you're better off with this one, if you're using her in the faction trial, then you might want to use the other one that gives you more damage over a period of time, because she's not going to get hit in faction trials, but in this she will. There's AoE damage going out, so she will get hit, so the other one is probably not as good. So bear that in mind. That was the other one there. So damage, as long as she doesn't take any damage, then it's fine, but she will because of the AoE of the boss. So she will take damage. So that's why I went with that one. Doesn't really matter on the gear. She's only there to do the rage regen thing, which is promotion 4 or 5, I think it is. Whereas at promotion 5, so as long as you've got it done at promotion 5, that's all you need from her. Constance, we've got her down there, mostly because of her invigoration buff, and that helps Valk as well. So there we go. Not there for anything else really. We've got it done as an A1, but that was more luck than anything else, and we got her in her own exclusive. But anything that adds with the attack, so she can aid invigoration, no inspiration buff that she's doing. So there's another artifact there that you could quite happily use, and that would raise her attack as well. Might do better because it's got more attack on it as well. So another option for you. And then moving on, who else did we got? We got Denny. Yeah, and now Denny, we've got her done up to A1. Now that was because we got her instead of an Ingrid. So there we go. Is what it is. She's geared up, but you don't need to use her. I just use her because she was there and I felt sorry for her being alone. Now here's Greed. Like I said, he's in Soulbound Arcana, so make sure you're using those ultimates to try and get the max out of him. And of course he's an epic, so we've got all his awakenings done as well. He's in his own exclusive. I think you would do better. You could possibly put on Tira Twilight. There's Valk's Vienna stats. I've done attack all the way through. I found I'd done better with attack all the way through as opposed to having crit damage somewhere. Haven't got any awakenings done. I think maybe A1 would be quite helpful. Yeah. Again, she's in her own exclusive artifact, but Tira Twilight might well do it for you. Dolores is just in standard Dolores type build, so attack percentage and flat attack where you can, max it out. And then some HP, some defensive stats, just so she's got enough to survive those AoE hits. That's about it. So we had to go and find some little HP bonuses and little defensive bonuses for her, just to sort of level her out a little bit. And then look, skills are all done. Artifact, yeah, golden scarab, that's the one. So she's in that one as well to help her rage regen as well, because she needs that, needs to get back round. She's down there to heal up through. Good healer. If you've got her, why wouldn't you use her? That's about it. And then artifact, she's got the other ones, so golden scarab that end, and then speed up your allies that end, and that is pretty much it. Now if we have a look through, we can have a look at the popular heroes. Healer, Valk, tank. Yeah, people have used different tanks. Again, he's a lord, so they're going to use him. Dolores is being used quite a bit. Denny is there because she's being used. I'm the same as Morrigan. She's being used to give that cultist buff as a lord skill. So tank Vienna will be used her as well. I would say if you're going the other way and using anti-healing, Vortex, because if you're going for the Northerner Lords, that sort of thing, is a Northerner, so he's going to get a boost out of that, and also helps with Valk's shield. Karma is the other solid AoE person, damage dealer, but Vienna. Now if you're using Vienna as well, now bear in mind they have said Vienna's getting a buff, so that may be a nice concept to go with as well. Hollow for rage regen, Laurel again for the boost, and then if you haven't got the epic, or sorry, the legendary lord, and then we can use the epic Northerner Lord like we have. Then greed as well for the slow down, constance for the inspiration buff as well, so that's going on. Zarus I didn't use, but yeah, it looks like a good call. Imagine he's got some nice DPS that he knocks out there as well. So that's pretty much it done. So thank you very much for your time. That's my run through. I hope you find it helpful, hope you find it useful. Like I say, there'll be a link to Safin's channel in the description below. Go and show him some love. He absolutely does some madness stuff in there as well. So that's where I first got it through, but that's generally the team I'm following and generally how I'm getting through with it. This is my Forerunner account. I should have done it ages ago, but one thing led to another, and you know, you snowball out, and then you've got pod on, so you never want to take it off and that sort of thing. So there we go, eventually got it done. If you want some other teams thrown in or some other concepts tried and used, just give us a shout and we will look at doing them for you and doing showcases on those. Might well do one with Vienna on Soulbound Arcana versus exclusive artifacts and see what we can get off there. Okay, right, thank you very much for your time. If you could leave me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, would help me out massively, and I'll see you in a video again soon. Cheers, goodbye.